Now, I want you all to do something for me, ladies and gentlemen. We've had the fun is over. We're going to end this series on the most exciting illusion of all time. This illusion tests you and you at home, you can all join in this, to the limits. What I want you to do, I've got a stopwatch here. Now, please, if you've got a weak heart, lung condition, don't try this. If you haven't, have a go. I'm going to start the stopwatch. When I press this, the stopwatch starts going. And I want you to hold your breath for 55 seconds. I want you to hold your breath for 55 seconds. No cheating, okay? And while you're doing that, I will explain why, okay? So we'll just see how many people can do it. Are you ready? Oh, keep breathing in, because your time's going to start very soon. 55 seconds starting from now. The illusion that you're about to see combines phobias. It's not recommended at all for viewers who are of a nervous disposition. Hold your breath, ladies and gentlemen. You've only been going 12 seconds. Now, the effect combines these phobias in a peculiar way. It descends to us from Harry Houdini, who combined claustrophobia of a particular kind. Keep going, you've only been going 28 seconds. 28 seconds, and you're going blue over there, I'll tell you now. So imagine claustrophobia, imagine being buried alive. It's that kind of feeling. And then combine that with hydrophobia, and you have that enclosed, attached underwater claustrophobic feeling. The combination is horrific. It really is. And that is 55 seconds. Now, I'm telling you, in 55 seconds, that is the time that you will be involved in this illusion, because when it starts, I want you to do that again. And at the same time, imagine yourself in the situation of being upside down underwater, because what you're about to see is the Houdini water torture cell illusion. And I need one of you to help me to examine it. So would you please give a big round of applause to this gentleman? Would you please come down onto the stage and help me with this illusion? Right, would you like to go outside? This is an absolute exact copy of the Houdini Chinese water torture cell. We did a lot of research on this 8-9 years ago, and as far as we can make out, this is as near as you'll get to what Houdini used himself. And I need you to check it all. Now, obviously, it is a glass-fronted wooden cabinet. Obviously, it can't have any trapdoors in, because when it's full of water, the water would just gush out all over the place. But on the side are the hasps that hold it in place, that hold the lid in place. This goes up on the top. Now, when that lid is up and these are locking it in, would you just look inside? There's a little block on the side for you to stand on if you want to, and then you'll be able to see better. There's nothing inside there that will actually come through to the outside to enable these hasps to be released, is there? It's just nothing at all. Now, it's also important, if you look right down the bottom, there's a little row of tiny little holes on near the front where air bubbles come out of. Now, the reason for that is when this is full of water, you can't actually see water behind glass. It just looks static. But if you notice, the holes are so tiny, you can't actually get an air supply from those into your lungs. That's important. That's just a little effect that was built in. Now, if you look around the back here, you'll see there's a seacock on that back end, and there's one on each side. There's one here, one on your side. And in a case of an emergency, although those haven't been open for about 8 years now, the idea is we hit them with these mallets, and there's lots of safety precautions we try to take, but we've never had to take them, because in truth, it's only been used once before. Because being upside down in water is not anybody's idea of fun. Now, we are going to fill that with water. Are you happy with that? Is there anything else you want to see about that?
No, that's fine.
That's fine. Good. Okay, can you fill that up with water, please? And can I just point out that this now is the lid. Now, the lid has got handles backwards and forwards, obviously for lifting. It's got two padded holes there, but they're very small. If you try putting your hand through them, for example, you find it's very, very difficult. Now, on the side here, and on all four corners are these locks. Now, can I just swing this around so that people can see? Now, that's a deadlock. The moment the hasp goes in, it is locked. We have on each side, down here, keys to start to get him out should there be problems, the chap that's inside. Should there be problems, we have keys. But as you can imagine, unlocking 4 locks, getting these cables back connected, that takes time. And it's even worse than that, because this metal frame here goes all the way around this lid, keeping it clamped shut. So not only is the lid clamped on the top, but the sides are clamped shut as well as being locked here with this. This is not a copy of the original. This is a modern lock. Please take it. And you will find that this key will open it and close it. It's a snap shut lock. So if you snap it shut first, and then you'll find it won't open, and then try pulling it, tugging it, won't open. But in any case, think of this. If you were upside down in that tank of water, you would find that the locks are all on the outside. The deadlocks are on the outside. This lock is on the outside. So there's no way you can get at it. And in any case, you're upside down and only your feet are sticking out the top. People thought Houdini could walk through walls. They actually believed the man could somehow dematerialize and reappear somewhere else. Not so. It was all done by purely physical means. Now, the cables go right up in the air, and the person hanging upside down there is lowered into the water head first. Now, how do you feel about that?
I'm quite happy with it.
You're happy with that, but how do you feel about that? It's not a place to be, is it? It's not a place to be. Now, just for the benefit of the viewers at home and our audience here, we are aware that a tank of water can be filled up the front only, and you can't see at all. So please, again, go to the block. I'll hold the lock so you don't drop it. I'll put it on there. Would you like to stand on that block, look inside, and make sure the water goes all the way? Yeah, that's the front. Now try the back. Yes, yeah. It has to be warm, because if it isn't, the cold shock really can make you and make you breathless. So it's a kind of a tepid finish to the water. But that is now a tank full of water. The stage underneath here had to be reinforced to take the weight, yes? I'd like you to meet now the young man that's going to go in there. When he first came on the show, nobody had ever heard of him. But over the years, he's appeared on quite a few television shows. Will you please welcome my son, Mr. Martin Daniels. We meet again. We meet again. Well, as last time, you take all the care in the world, and if you get into trouble, you got me there. I'll be standing by. This is the worst thing in the world if you're a parent, I'll tell you. This is the bad one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give the snap lock on the side to the gentleman to hold. What's your name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, just please stand there, Jeffrey. I'm going to put the keys down there in case of an emergency, like that. And now if two chaps could you mind, fellas, just lift that up and you get into position, Martin, okay? Now what I want you to do is, as I say, just go very steady. Can you keep that metal frame right round it, because it locks the whole thing together? Right, now, we drop that hasp down there. Whoa! Right, now you drop that hasp down there. Now this can now be lifted. This is very old, and I'm afraid you might find... Now, this is the critical part, because you're hanging by a very fragile part of the body. Do you want to be a bit further through than that, do you think? Okay. I don't want to trap the actual flesh of the ankle. Right. Now we put that on there. Now look, there's the lock. Please watch me very carefully, just over this shoulder, so the people at home might get a chance to see that as well. I'm putting it right through both hasps, yes? And I'm snapping it shut. Okay?
Yes.
That's locked. Look at that one piece of metal holding, angle iron, holding the whole thing closed as well. Yes?
Yes.
Sir, you've been a great help, but from now on, obviously, in case of emergency procedure, we must ask you to go back to your seat in the audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, big thanks to this gentleman, Jeffrey. Thank you. Really good. You did it. Now, it will look a little strange to you at home because Martin has to wear a nose clip, and it's an ugly-looking device. It stops the water going up your nose when you're upside down. I don't go till you're ready. You okay? All right. Very steady. Two fellas to make sure the body doesn't bang onto the front. I'll move away because too many cooks spoil the broth. Now, very slowly, slower than that, till it's level. Okay. It's hanging level on this side. Very slow. It's looking good. Head's clear. I don't know. Everything okay? All right. Got a temperature? Okay. The moment Martin goes in here, watch carefully. The curtains will be closed all round. No one can get in to help. This young man will move to one side so he's not helping round the back. Once Martin's in the tank, he's on his own. And I will give you the thing. Are you nearly ready? Okay. Go. No. Okay, you take care. This time. Come on now. You got 55 seconds. Now, the last time I tell you he did this, it was really fast, a world record. But I want you to keep now. This is about the time he was out. Not out. Not out. Okay for about 55 seconds. I know that. So please don't worry too much. That's 45, and that's never taken longer than that. 45 seconds. That's coming up to 55. It's coming up to 55. Let's have a look. That's no good. Get that axe. Get ready to smash the front. Can we have this lifted up? Come on, can take the whole thing out the way. Get it out, get it out, get it out. Go on. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Daniels and the Chinese water torture. Great trick. Really good. Fantastic. A fantastic ending. Hope you enjoyed the series. My thanks to everybody at the BBC who helped, and Martin, of course, and the lovely Debbie McGee. From me, Paul Daniels. See you next time on The Magic Show. Goodbye.